Yes, I'm in the car. Gonna switch things up a little bit, you know? Just sometimes things have gotten a little dull and boring. We just need to do something different. So I thought I'd record in the car, kind of like carpool karaoke, but I'm not gonna sing and I don't have a carpool. All of you are tired. I know. I've talked to you. Some of you have chosen to not listen to the news anymore. You have opted out of your social media accounts, all in an effort to quiet the noise. It's been so tiring. And even though we're not commuting and maybe we're doing less, I guess, we're really mentally and emotionally doing a lot more. We're having to navigate thoughts and feelings, even with your friends, things that you didn't even, they weren't even issues before. The conversations that I know I've had with some of my friends have taken more out of me this last year than before. And I'm not saying that's bad. They're my friends. I love them. And those are some of the hard cinder blocks, if you will, of friendship that are important. But it does take energy. And lately I have been praying in the Psalms because I just couldn't even figure out, what am I going to say? There are so many needs. All of you listening to this have just a list of needs. Then there's your family members, your friends, your neighbors, those you're reaching out to, other people in your small group, your family group, that all have needs. There's so many things to pray about. And I just had to, I'm in the construction guy's parking spot. No, somebody's in my parking spot. So anyway, so many needs, and I've not been able to always formulate my thoughts. And so I've been praying through the Psalms. This morning, as I was in Psalm 10, I thought, oh my gosh, this is exactly how I'm feeling. Why, Lord, do you stand far off? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble? And I wrote pandemic 2022. I don't know if you can see this, but I had to leave a blank because I wanted to write 2020 to 2021. And then I realized, oh, well, I don't actually know it's going to be done in 2021, which was a very disturbing thought. I was so grateful that the psalmist, I don't know if this is David or not, but that the psalmist was courageous enough to record such a doubtful feeling about God. Why do you stand so far off? Because that's how we feel sometimes. And I'm grateful that God's patient and he is willing for us to be honest with him. But then I made it to Psalm 16 this morning as well, and I was reminded of something else. Verse 8 says, I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. Therefore, my heart is glad and my tongue rejoices. My body also will rest secure, because you will not abandon me to the realm of the dead. And this psalm is particularly important to me because in 2002, my doctor thought I had bone cancer. I have a tumor in my leg, and she saw it on an x-ray and had me go through all these tests and bone scans and all this stuff because she thought it was bone cancer. And I remember clinging to this verse, and I would lay there, whether I was in the MRI machine or at home, and I would just say, my body will not be shaken. My body will not be shaken. I will rest secure. My body will not be shaken. You will not abandon me. And I kept reciting it over and over and over. And that got me through. The tumor, thank goodness, was benign. They did nothing to it. And as far as I know, it's still there. But I'm so thankful. That was almost 20 years ago. You don't know at the time how you're going to have to look back at that time, and then it's going to bring you some confidence and encouragement 20 years later. You don't realize. And right now we're going through something, and we don't realize that we might be looking back on this time in the future and realizing, wow, that was a time where I realized I was stronger than I thought, or I pulled my friends closer to me, or I realized what was really important. We don't know, right? And I didn't know at the time. Yeah, I'm going to look back on this in 20 years and feel like, yeah, God got me through. I was just clinging for dear life, like, God, please get me through. I want to share this with you to say, one, you might feel like God's far off. And if so, you're not alone. Let's just be honest with him. And then if you don't know what to pray, maybe join me in praying the Psalms sometimes. Maybe not every day, but some days when you're like, I'm at a loss, we can pray the Psalms. And then in Psalm 16, remembering that God is with us. Talk to God. Let him be there for you. But hang in there, okay? We're doing it. We are making it through. And we've just about gone through a pandemic for an entire year. And I am not saying this lightly. I realize there has been loss along the way. So I recognize that. But I also want to recognize that you are getting stronger. I am getting stronger. We are making it through. Look out for each other, okay? This can also be a time where we're leaning on alcohol, prescription drugs, non-prescription drugs, over shopping, overeating, pornography. I mean, there's a litany of things that we can definitely use to numb the pain and distract us. Please be honest and open. Get professional help if you need it in those areas. Don't just keep sweeping it under the rug, okay? We've got to look out for each other. We've got to take care of ourselves. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, for ourselves, our families, and also so we can be there for each other. Okay? I'm praying for you. Have a great week.